Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Squat Cobbler. I am Dr. Mike, Edificial Pagan on everything. Joining me, as always,
Hi, everybody. This is Kelly at KELLYTHUL on Twitter and Instagram. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, and buy a damn shirt. So,
comment, do all the stuff that you need to do.
yeah,
You know your homework by now.
that's right. We'll include a checklist in future descriptions. So,
So today we're going to talk a little bit about handhelds again. We had mentioned briefly the Game and Watch that came out last year for the Mario anniversary. So Game and Watch, for anyone who doesn't know, was Nintendo's first system. It was a handheld system before the Famicom or the NES. They were making handheld systems called Game and Watch. They were basically like the Tiger LCD kind of things. Actually, maybe a little bit better than those, even though they came long before those. They were a little higher end than those. But basically, that's what they were, like the little LCD things. It was last year was Nintendo's whatever anniversary. It's right down there, and it was also the anniversary of Mario, whatever it was. So they did a Mario Game and Watch. Of course, technology has come a really long way. So the form factor was the original, small gold colored Game and Watch handheld. Only instead of the little LED thing, it was you could play a few of the original Mario games in their full, retro gaming glory and color and everything else. But it had some other cool features on there too. There was like some hidden games. There was a clock on there, which was why it's called Game and Watch. They were also clocks. They had like little kickstands on the back, and you could use it as a clock. So you could use it as a clock, but of course, instead of the LED thing, it's like animated Mario characters and stuff like that on your clock. So it's actually pretty cool. And it had an old Game and Watch game on there, like the little LCD guy doing like a juggling game that was on there. I don't know how well it did. It seemed like the initial pre-orders sold out, but then I saw some later. So I don't know if they made more of them or maybe some of them didn't sell. I'm not really sure, but I guess it did well enough that they're doing another one. It is the whatever anniversary of Zelda now down there of Zelda now this year, which they were talking about last year. Fans were talking about, if this does well, Zelda's anniversary is next year. So we're getting a Zelda Game and Watch. Same thing, Game and Watch form factor, only with the Mario one, the plastic backing was red. The plastic backing on this one is going to be green, and it's going to have a few of the Zelda games and then another LED Game and Watch thing, and of course used it as an animated clock and all that kind of stuff as well. So same thing, Zelda branded Zelda games. I already pre-ordered mine well in advance. It doesn't come out till closer to the holidays, I believe, but I wanted to make sure I got it. I am a really big fan of the early Zelda games, not the late games. That's important because I feel like there's a huge cult following around some of those. And when I tell people I like Zelda, they get all excited. They start talking about those games, and I don't know those games.
yeah, I've seen. I'm not in that crowd, but I've seen signs of that crowd. So good for them. I mean, passionate group. But so how? What's the form factor on this thing? How big is it?
I don't have I should have had it ready. It's basically like, I would say like the size of my cell phone. They have, an A and B button, a little D-pad on there. The screen looks great though. Whatever it is, I mean, it's very small, don't get me wrong, but it's very, very good quality video on the screen. So I don't know which type of screen for anybody's like, what kind of LCD screen do they use? I don't know, but it's good. The games look great on the original one. So I'm excited to see what Zelda looks like on there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's interesting. And so the pre-order's still going on.
You can pre-order it on Amazon. What I'm guessing, they did the same thing where there was like a long lead in for pre-orders. So what I'm guessing, because Nintendo is famous for, not making enough of stuff, that's kind of their go-to move. What I'm guessing they're doing with these, with the long pre-orders, is basically making them based on however many pre-orders they get plus whatever extra, is what I'm guessing.
Okay.
So I made sure I got my pre-order in. I had no trouble, like I said, getting the other one, but I did get an early pre-order. I was more excited about Zelda, to be honest, than Mario. So I wanted to get that pre-order done right away.
Cool.
You a
Yeah,
handheld game guy at all?
So not really so much. Depending. I mean, it's tough to know what form factor to talk about anymore when you kind of deal with all the different things that go on.
Right.
I do have, so if one would consider a Switch handheld gaming, which I think is fair to do on there, so I certainly enjoy the Switch. I think it's a really cool device, and I didn't do the full shoot match for one; they weren't available at the time, but I went with the Switch Lite, so that is purely portable handheld gaming only. There's no docking station. You don't have the individual wands and all that. But Bioshock, been playing a lot of Bioshock on it, which is fun. Certainly the Animal Crossing stuff is interesting as well. And so I've liked the form factor of that. So for some travel, so if you're catching a flight somewhere or you're going to have some either downtime at an airport or wherever like that, actually having something like that's you know nice and superior. I mean, you can do stuff on your phone certainly, but there's something about having an actual device that's built for actual gaming. It's done. So I'm probably not one. I do like the Switch, and for travel it's good. And when we're not in the midst of a pandemic, you're quite the traveling man. So I'm assuming handheld gaming is kind of nice for you.
Yeah, I am a fan. The Game and Watch though, I don't think is something I would take. Like, I see these more as like collector's items
Okay.
than anything else, and I feel like that's the way Nintendo is treating them. Like I said, there is a few games on there, but it's not like, I mean, they could probably put more on there. It's more about collecting, for the anniversaries of the games. So that's the way that I kind of look at it. It's like an interesting thing to kind of put up on the kickstand and show people the clock and all that kind of stuff on there. So it's more of a collector's and aesthetic kind of thing, but the games play great on the Mario one. So it is perfectly, functional for what it's supposed to be.
Cool. Yeah, it's for some Squat Cobbler anniversary, we'll have to release a special Squat Cobbler video game for all the fans out there.
What would we do in the game?
Well, I mean, so I'd see like the characters be able to build things. So like your character be over there building a logo, but then I'd try to go over and try to pick up the logo. I wouldn't be able to, but then it'd be like a Tony Viejo character that would come in and grab the logo. So I think that would be one thing that it would do. I haven't worked out the rest yet, but I've got that part down. So, what would you do in the game, Mike?
I don't know. That sounds like a good start.
Yeah, just that's good gameplay right there.
Maybe we run around like grabbing Alice Cooper CDs and vinyl, Alice Cooper vinyl. We're on like a quest for a good Alice Cooper vinyl.
That would be good. Yeah, that would be a good piece of it, and we can kind of yeah, we'll have to work on it.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a level where you have to try and find a parking garage in Atlanta, since we've had some background for the folks who are not familiar, and probably there's not many of you who are, but for some of the folks, the long history or predecessor of some of the other stuff that Mike and I have done. There's a Snark Alec radio show that Tony Solo, Mike and I did. Our good friend Mel was a part of it for a while as well. And we used to have a Snark stock where we get a bunch of kind of like-minded people that like Snark Alec radio, bad science fiction movies. And a lot of those were held on the East Coast annually. And then we had one in Atlanta, and it was time to go. And the individual with the car, she knew her car was in a parking garage, and she knew that it was Peach was the name of the street, which is every street in Atlanta if you've never been there.
Yeah.
And so we had a quest to try and find the car, which we did. So I think that's absolutely a level. That is totally a level.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a good level. I think we need to workshop this.
Yep, working on a little bit more. So we got the logo thing. We've got the looking for vinyl, and we've got the parking deck. We can work on it from there. So it'll be good. Excellent.
Yeah, I like it. We should do something like a Snark stock.
Yeah. Yeah. Problem though, because most of the time we do squat on the issue. Squat. I just don't think if we're going to have an event that uses squat as a route, that it's going to have the draw. So may need to lean into the cobbler part of our name. cobbler get together, something. But yeah, we should definitely try and do that, and certainly invite all of our subscribers and any t-shirt buyers to join us wherever.
All t-shirt buyers are invited.
Invited, absolutely. But yeah, that would be. We'll have to come up with something for that. That would be good.
Definitely. Well, is there anything else you would want to add to that, sir?
Not for this week, sir.
All right. Well, that wraps it up. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for watching.